Lady in the gym, yeah! On this video today, buddy, CatseyeXI, Final Fantasy XI private server, buddy, we are going to be doing a little bit of blue cleaving. Yeah, boy. So, you know, blue cleaving, you got to have the right spells, got to have the right setup, but you get crazy EXP. So I'll show you the route, show you the route. You say route or route? Grab it by the root. Okay, we are over here in the BLU bays, and down here in the corner. So you can start down here, you can run up through here, bring all the. I think there's crabs back here too, but we're fighting Aquans. Aquans, man. Gonna fight some crabs, and so here you get some big numbers. So I'll go through the route with you, and then we'll talk about gear and stuff if I don't die. So I usually start around here on the map. That way. There's no aggro or nothing, but we're going to call in trusts, then we'll run down there. So, if you got good enough gear, you can get by with just a Koru Moru for the phalanx. We'll see. I'm definitely bringing him in. I'm going to bring in a Koopy, and then you probably want some extra EXP, so you're going to want like a Koopa Freed. But you got a few spaces for some leechers, so if you want to get your friends from 66 to 75 real quick, you can do that. Okay, so once you got that going, let's mount up, we'll run down there. I did go over to the guidebook, or the book, and buy the salted fish. So I have a defense food. So, you know, the strategy will be, basically, you'll have two sets of gear. You'll have, like, a magic attack set for when you're doing damage. And then you'll have a defensive set. So we're going to grab all these crabs, and we got to pull them all the way back up top there, so you need to be able to live. I'm alive! So you'll need to live through all this. So we're going to have high defense, defense mitigation, and there's a few ways to get that. So we'll take a look at that here in a second. Okay, so right now I am on Blue Mage Warrior. So I went Warrior for the Defender. Extra defense, we're stacking defense. Paladin / Paladin as a sub job is also a good option. You could move your spell sets around. So there is some spells that are going to be pretty much like hard set, like you have to have these. And then others you can kind of play with depending on what your setup looks like. So, we're going to start off by buffing, and then I'll get the pull done. And then we'll murder! So I'm going to cast Haste for my recast on the spells, battery charge, right? I'm giving myself some refresh. A critical spell here is the Kerchachanian Verve. Oh my god, you learned this from the shark in Domain Invasion. And this is going to be critical if you're soloing, because it prevents 55 spell interruptions. 55 fries, 55 shakes. So you're going to need that, otherwise you can't cast. I'm running Barrier Tusk. For a defensive move that negates damage. And then I'm also running Reactor Cool. So that's more defense. And then Koru is critical because he's going to give us phalanx. So you get to pop those up, run in here, smack a crab. Okay, we smacked too many of them. So he's going to cast, as soon as we get phalanx 2 on, we're going to run. So I am going to also use the Hardened Shell ability with Defender, so that doubles my defense. And away we go. Okay, now you got all these defense bonuses. You can see I'm getting hit for like zeros. So that's good. 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey! But we're going to grab all these crabs. Koopy might die, so I think she's taking hate already because she cure bombed me. Okay, well, nice knowing you, Koops. So we're going to keep running. Grab all these crabs. And then up here at the top, you're going to pause for a second and flash. That way you can get hate. Otherwise, you're going to lose hate on these crabs. So you're going to need to flash them. So show them your wiener. Also, special shout out to Shoddy, which, go figure, with a name like that, you are a Blue Mage Taru. So thank you, sir. Appreciate you for giving me some of that wisdom. Get out of the way, crabs. So we got to gather them up and then flash them. Here we go. Once they're close enough. Okay, flashing. I'm making this look easy, buddy. Okay, and then we can continue on. Koopy's dead. Sorry. Sorry, Koops. You're toast. You're done. You could also, you know, if you're trying to min-max stuff, you could have a whole vitality defense set. Which I did put in a little bit of vitality and stuff. That way, minimize the damage. So grab the rest of these crabs. Okay. So, you know, the first spell you're going to want to cast is Spectral Flow. This is going to freeze everything in place. So this is going to be critical here. So flow me. I have a heavy flow day. So wait for everybody to get close. And then start casting Flow. Without Churchanian Verve, you would have been interrupted and died here. So we're going to flow. They're all frozen. So now we can spam some spells. So these are all going to be special spells you need to pick up from a Domain Invasion fight. So we're using Tenebral Crush. You're crushed! Anybody remember the orange soda Crush? It was delicious. Okay, and then we're going to Entomb. So this will be Petrify. Kapow. And then Anvil Lightning. This will be Stunning. Stunning and Brave. And they're almost dead. Getting close to dying. We got one more spell. So Flow should be up here in 3 seconds. 2-1 blast off. And then I'm going to flow it. Flowing! And this should kill everybody. Ka-chow, dead. Nice. Now watch my EXP go crazy. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah! So this earns you roughly like 7 merits. I think you get like 70,000 EXP from doing this. You could also, you know, manipulate the spells, the way they're cast, and what you do and what you don't. So we'll talk about that. Okay, buddy. So for the gear, friend. Or let's talk about spells first. We'll go into spells. So that's going to be your most critical stuff. Okay, so you can see I've got 79 like points I can set. So you may have different numbers. So you have to get what you can play with. But I'm going to say Spectral Flow is going to be huge. Gonna need to grab that one. Well, first of all, no, the main one is Churchanian Verve, right here. So that is the Domain Invasion Shark. So go in there with your blue, learn that spell. That's huge. That's gonna be the spell interruption. So I don't think you can do this solo without it. Like honestly, you get interrupted too much, and I tried to do it and I died. But you're gonna definitely need that spell. Okay, and then for the like the main spells for the damage sets, we're gonna be running Spectral Flow, Entomb, Tenebral Crush, and Anvil Lightning. And these are all found from the Velkin Vader fight in Domain Invasion. So you know I brought up the CatseyeXI content Wickles. This is CatseyeXI exclusive stuff, and then right. Where's it at? Right here, Domain Invasion. And here you go. So go down to the lesser Domain NMs. And here's the Velkintruder fight. So you can see these are the learnable spells. You get 8. And these are probably the best spells in the game for damage and for setting, because they give you huge bonuses to like intelligence, magic attack bonus, magic accuracy. So yeah, that's why we're using those. Okay, let me see here. So yeah, you can read the description. Like, so Spectral Flow gives you magic attack bonus, intelligence plus 8. That's great. Physical defense bonus for Entomb. So that's one reason why we're using that. Tenebral's magic accuracy bonus. And then it has some stats, so int plus 4. And then Anvil Lightning. You know, we're trying to fill out our spell rotation. So that's a good one. You could toss in the fire one. Searing Tempest would also be decent, or Silent Storm. But I'm going to say Flow is, you know, that's going to be huge, as well as Crush. Okay, and then for some other spell sets, right, we're setting Sub-Zero Smash and Bad Breath, and that's only for the fast cast. So this could be interchangeable. You can potentially get these out of there and put something else if you don't have the points. I do like Chaotic Eye with Zephyr Mantle. which gives conserve MP, so that can be helpful if you're a Galka and you only have 200 magic points. But Magic Hammer, you can learn that from the frogs. This, you'll steal like between 100 and 200 MP. So I didn't use it on that turn, but I could have used this during the fight to steal the MP from the crab. But it also creates magic attack bonus. So I like to run Magic Hammer and Memento Mori, because these two combined grant you magic attack bonus. And since, all the spells here, the Flow, the Tomb, Crush, this is all magical. You can see right here on the description, it says Elementals Magical, so these are all magical spells. So magic accuracy, magic attack bonus is going to affect that the most. You have, and then also if you are needing to squeeze out a little bit more damage, you could actually use the Memento Mori spell to give yourself a magic attack bonus buff. So if you don't have like the gear that I have, you could still use this to supplement that. I'm also running Sound Blast and Reactor Cool for more magic attack bonus specifically. We're trying to get tier 2, so this is the tier 1, this is the tier 2 magic attack bonus. And then Reactor Cool is also nice for the defense. We're trying to stack defense on the run up. I want to give myself auto refresh, so I'm running Plasma Charge with Acidic Burst. This gives you 1 tick of auto refresh as a job trait. The Acidic Burst you're going to need for halfway through the pull, otherwise they'll despawn or you'll de-aggro. So it also helps because you flash them and then they won't do damage, as you're running up. But yeah, you'll need that. You could potentially, drop Plasma Charge if you're subbing Paladin, because Paladin has auto refresh as a trait, so that kind of makes up for that. Battery Charge is Blue Mage's self-refresh spell. So in theory, you can haste yourself and refresh yourself, but also Koru would do those things as well. So you may play with some spells, get that to work. I'm running Barrier Tusk for the defense, and then Animating Whale for the haste. So you can see I've got some points left over. But yeah, the reason my points are so high is because on Cat's Eye, as you learn more spells, there's an NPC in Whitegate that you talk to, and he awards you more points for the like a cap on spells you learned. I think the maximum spells you can learn is like 134 on the server, and I've got 131. So imagine after I hit the cap of spells, I'd have a point total of 80 I could set. There's also merit points that you can spend to get your like extra, I think it's assimilation, extra points to set your spells. But yeah, you'll always have 20 slots, and then each of the spells cost a certain amount of points. But yeah, I'd start off with these 3 right there for your most important, followed by some of the magic attack bonus stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at the gear, buddy. So, since we basically have 2 gear sets, the plan would basically be to have a set of like defensive maneuvers where you have high vitality, high agility, minus damage taken. So the let's see. Hold on. There it is. Equip it. Okay. So I'm running. This is gonna be huge, buddy. The Beakabee Seashell enhances Aquan Killer effect. So as the crabs are Aquans, this intimidates them. I don't know if it's like 1% of the time or 5%, but that'll help out a ton. Also running, I don't really have a lot there. Okay, I'm running Vitality right there. As you can see, this set kind of stinks for damage down. I am running the Augmented Omega Hands for physical damage taken minus 3%. The Defending Ring for 10%. And then the Savannah's Ring is more Vitality. Vitali, he's my favorite streamer. More damage sets, I don't know. Warwolf Belt has Vitality on it. Alright. I do have the Augmented Pants, so I'll be using that during casting, because it has fast cast. And then Blue Skill and Conserve Magic and then enhancing. So this is beneficial for those buffs. Have the pants on. The buffs last a little bit longer, and then I cast a little faster with the chance to conserve MP. And then the back piece has some blue skill. Okay, let's take a look at the magic accuracy set. Real fast, one other thing, you could maneuver some things. I mean, you could potentially put on an earth staff for minus 20% physical damage taken, but you're going to want to swap to chat. Chat's your magic. It has a hidden effect of like magic attack bonus plus 15 and magic accuracy plus 30, I think. So chat staff is going to be the staff you want when you're casting your spells. But as you're running up as a defense, you could run the earth staff. You could also run a sword. Right, I like to run the mimesis, and then, but more importantly, a shield. So the Genbu's shield has physical damage taken 10%, and then I've got some augments on there. On the server, you can augment your shields, or a lot of your sky gear by trading tatters. So you take the Genbu's seal, go to Port Juno, talk to the guy. He'll turn the seal into tatters. Then you can trade the shield and the tatter to the furnace, and that'll give you a random augment. So I think that's pretty much, that's the god rule for the shield there. But anyway, okay. So the magic attack bonus set is going to be what you use when you're, casting your spell. If you got a Lua or something, you could, which I don't, you could macro in like fast cast stuff as the precast. That way you cast the spell quicker, but by the time the spell finishes, end up on the magic attack bonus set, so it does the most damage. I just push buttons, so I can't get that crazy. But okay, let's take a look at it. We're going to look at the sets. Hold on, I can't remember how my buttons work. I'm panicking. Okay, so my magic attack bonus set is right there. Okay. So, most importantly, you're going to try to run this chat staff, right? That's going to be your biggest piece. And then probably your second biggest piece is going to be the feet. If you have the fully augmented feet, you get magic attack bonus plus 10. Wee-woo. And that's fairly easy. You can solo your daily stuff for Blue Mage and get those feet. If you're curious, that's under Storming Sea. Dog biscuits. Maybe later. Have you ever eaten a dog biscuit on accident? No, I did it for a dare one time. See, it's Storming Sea. Right there. So do your dailies here, and you'll get awarded your materials. You can then take your materials and trade it to the eyeball, and you can augment your eyeball, or augment your gear. So this goes into here. Read it, buddy. Is it under? Where's the link? Why am I getting advertisements for wrinkles? What are you trying to tell me? Google. Hold on, there's a link somewhere. Augments, store. Oh, augments right here. So once you get your artifact stuff, right there, then you can see, what the stats would be. But a lot of this is pretty good stuff. But yeah, the feet are going to be the go-to piece. Okay, so then, like I said before, I'm running the Homnim with Blue Magic Skill, Conserve MP. We got Magic Attack bonus on the belt. You can get this from Domain Invasion guy. So you get your points from Domain Invasion. Go up to the Galka in Upper Juno. And I think this is like 25,000 points. But it has Magic Attack bonus plus 4. Running the back piece for Blue Magic Skill. I got this today, buddy! Wee-woo! Got the Morgans. Finally, got the body piece. So on the server, you do the Venture Notorious Monsters. Has a chance to drop salvage pieces, and then you go to Whitegate, trade your pieces and materials, and you get salvage gear. So it has magic attack bonus plus 5, and then intelligence plus 8. I got the Yijit gauges, which have magic attack bonus plus 2, and an int plus 5. I think this is dropped from assaults. We don't really do assaults on the server, but you can take your vouchers to like your Unity person. Maybe it's not Unity, it's the other lady. But you trade them the vouchers, and they exchange the vouchers for points. So then you could trade this to, like, Mamul Jaw points or Azul Isle points or whatever it is. I can't remember. You have to look it up. But that's how I bought it. This is a drop from Dynamis Juno Boss. So it's a 10% chance. Get the int ring. More intelligence. Finish Chains of Promathia. Go kill Mystic Maker. Probiotics in the cave. Prophylactics in the cave. I bought this. Look at my gil go. I think it's dropped from one of the sea jailers. It's not love, is it? Okay. Well, look it up. I bought it from a bazaar. It was like $2 mil. Thanks. Dollars go. More int. You can get that from Domain Invasion as well. Same Galka guy. Trade your points for a necklace. I got the augmented head. So I've got magic accuracy on this. +7. I don't know. I got nothing else. But okay, so that's what the gear's looking like. So yeah, everybody, I think that's going to be it. Any more questions, put them in the comments. Have fun getting all your gear ready, buddy. Get in here. Kill 33 crabs for 33 points, and you get some 33 merits and 33 joints. All right, guys, I got to go. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, and later.